You know, make them expose them motherfuckers. Make them show you the body of that dead bitch over there they call the queen. And show y'all her imposter. So, with that, don't fall for the fake. Only take the real. And check out what motherfuckers tell you. If they can't show you what they talking about, they ain't talking about nothing. It's speculative. I ain't got to speculate. I can show you everything I'm saying. All you got to do is ask for the reference. See, it took me this long to get references. It didn't take me this long to figure out the problem and the solution. I had to find all of the pieces of the puzzle that was scattered. So y'all motherfuckers can get it raw and uncut. We are equal in respect. We are equal in respect. But we don't all have the same height, weight. We're not equal in that regard. But for the dignity of a human to another human, we come in with the same level of respect. We equal in that regard. You got pretty people and ugly people. You got internally ugly people that's externally pretty. And you got externally ugly people that's internally pretty. We are varying degrees of the same shit. But our level of respect comes out equal until you show yourself otherwise. No. So, I hope I gave y'all something to understand who those satanic Jews is Farrakhan talking about. I hope I was able to give y'all a little bit of insight into what Dr. Clark was talking about when he said exactly what is a Jew. And for the record, if y'all do a little research, y'all find out that in Europe, they don't call Israelites Jews. They call Moors Jews. And they got jewelry with black face on it called Moor jewels. That's why they call them Jews. Right? They used to be worshipped, and they fell from grace because they was on that bullshit. You know? Alright, so they ain't washing nothing. They contaminating your brain. If they was washing it, they'd make it where you could see what's real. Shit, I had to wash my own shit. I wasn't falling for the okie doke. But with that, y'all keep it up. Y'all, keep your eye on the beast. I'm gonna make that motherfucker run. Because if I keep exposing his ass like this, pretty soon I'm gonna get exactly, all I gotta do is try like the bank, the papacy, and the crown, lay out they motherfucking shit, and I had a name of the goddamn motherfucker behind the scene. I already know who he is. But we got a little stuff that we gotta do. And thanks, Chanel. That made me feel good to know I was able to uplift somebody. And as far as all those imposters go, y'all fuck them. They can kiss my ass and yours too. And if you ain't got enough ass for them to kiss, I got plenty. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep it moving. Back of your mind, and subconsciously, you are reading signs subconsciously, so it tells you are empathic. But subconsciously, you're reading the signs that's trying to get your attention by sending you a feeling that we call an intuition or intuitive feeling. The machine called the body is not the true you, but it wasn't never supposed to be stuck in fixed dimensional reality. It got stuck when the DNA was stripped down to 2 strands, and they took us off what we call colloidal and monoatomic platinum group metals that we ate for food. We didn't eat vegan. You hear the vegans be going in on meat eaters about how they slaughter the animals. Well, the plants are alive just like the animals, just like people. Everything is alive unless it's not meant to live. If it grows through cycles, it's living. But even a rock has a essence to it that is, in essence, alive. And that's the light matrix trapped inside of the Higgs boson. As a string theory would extrapolate, a multi-knotted ray of light folded in on itself multiple times across time and space and dimensional realities, a single strand of light. So imagine light as a thread, and you stretch it out and you tie a knot in it, and then you tie a knot in it again, and then you tie that knot into a knot, and you keep knotting it into itself, and then it forms what you call a Higgs boson, which gives the illusion that there's actually matter, but there is no matter. No matter how small you look, the smallest particle is divisible, and it has a definite finite divisibility, but the soul does not, because it's a light body, a body of light. And that would be best perceived in the mind as looking at it as you go to learn to fly an airplane in a simulator. Well, you came to live these bodies as a simulator. You look in the airplane and you learn how to fly an actual airplane from the simulator. Now, we looking to become deities and to regain a birthright, but we have to follow the purest good in our heart in order to find it. Somebody got to bump straight every time they fucking fall. They stand back up and bump straight and keep it moving. And it just so fucking happened to be me. So now I can tell y'all this shit not easy. I can tell y'all you're not always supposed to like it. I can tell y'all it's supposed to really hurt to be here when you are a new soul learning how to become a god. The pain of the misery forges the soul of the individual as metal is smelted in the furnace. It's the same thing. It's the building of the soul. And this is what they call it in Solomon. The soul of man. The wisdom. You develop wisdom once you've developed the soul. That's the side effect. Just like all these drugs that they give you, they give you a drug to stop you from coughing, and it causes you to shit blood. What the fuck? A side effect. Well, the side effect of pursuing the goodness of the heart is fucking superpowers. And it ain't gonna feel good while you getting them. When you start to expand on the inside, that shit gonna hurt too. And people start looking at you like you from another dimensional reality that don't even match ours. That shit gonna hurt too. You gotta still continue to do what you know in your heart is right. You might have to slap a motherfucker upside the head and make his ears ring. You might have to cut a motherfucker head off, but you still gotta bump straight. Just because you have to do what you got to do don't mean you have to take it in and it becomes who you are. And this is why your history is used to condemn you. Because you forever fighting yourself when you fighting your history. This is where Kronos eats his kids. That which you did as an undeveloped adolescent, you should not be condemned for it as a fully developed and woke and realized adult. Kronos eating his kids is the things that you done as a kid in the past, right? Comes back to haunt you as an adult. So those things are held in place and separated by what we call time. And if you don't bump straight, sometimes that shit fade away because it's going to create a bigger obstacle when it pop up again. So the hard part is for other people to know that just because it's not easy doesn't mean it's impossible. Mike Tyson to know when I get to talk to him and tell him what Customato want him to do. Bookends Mike. He was the youngest. And Dante Wilder can't fuck with you right now out of shape. 10 fights to the title. But Al, get in shape to show these kids when they gave up on you at being the greatest of all time, no matter what field you in, right? No matter what field you in, when they give up on you and you don't give up on yourself and you have something to fight for in that regard, you are unstoppable in your own space. We are each our own God. We each accomplish what we set out to do according to the goodness of our heart and the determination of our will. Combat sports is a will exercise. The will exercise is to be able to continue through the harshest of obstacles without fail and without surrender. Well, I don't quit too easy. I don't, remember quitting anything of significance anyway. But as a child, I would quit shit because I ain't understand those adult-minded things that a child develops into an adult as tools of adulthood. So when you learn the laws of respect, it was all about respect when I was little. Respect your elders. Why did they tell you that? Your elders can guide you when you are in your darkest space. We forgot about the elders because they told us they can no longer work in the fields. We might as well lock them in the barn till they croak. They call it the old folks home. Same shit. Been doing it ever since back then. 10-10. Okay. So, the generations that has suffered so the next generation don't have to. Well, we done all did enough suffering now because they done woke me up. The chiefs done gave me the stroke to change shit on this land. The federal government of the United States legislative body already legislated that the indigenous rights overrule anything else on this land. The United Nations also supported that the indigenous rights rule supreme, and they want indigenous people to clean this shit up. Now think about this. They came over here, made us think we was somebody else, that we wasn't already here. We was already fucking here. And then they had us erase our memories, right? Killed off our elders, misled our children until they came up with a motherfucker like me off of a series of motherfucking bumps and knocks, because the African conjure is unstoppable. The forces that came years ago to put the restrictions down know that them motherfuckers can't fuck with us. Because I am what you are and you are what I am. We all in our separate entities in order to have our own set of experiences and to learn new aspects of the self. We are the same in essence, but different in development. Some people develop, some people have a natural innate talent. But whatever it is, the development of the self is the critical aspects for the liberation of the self. So, I get the word from penitentiary knocks. They got masters in prison too. All the motherfuckers in prison ain't there because they need to be. For they self. Well, some of the people are in prison, the innocents, because they need to be in there for the motherfuckers that they trying to destroy their minds. You gotta be a bad motherfucker to be in that motherfucker for under that scrutiny for all them years. You know, I done talked to guys and seen the pain so deep just from the scars of time. Kronos eats his kids. And the scars so deep they can never recover from it. So even if you release him from that prison, they freedom is going to be another type of prison to somebody like us. Because they can't roam. But the wise society uses the talent of the individual, what it does, for what it does. So they get the word that they listen. I didn't even know that was possible. Just the brothers about, but I would imagine that it is, because they do have computers in there. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: there's a couple of guys in there, suicide, been in there too goddamn long, coming to get him. Killer Miller, I'm gonna go up there personally. He been in there too long. And if y'all go up there, the only thing you motherfucking COs need to be doing fucking around up there is getting the fuck out the way when I get there. Because I'm not going to tell him to beef off. I'm going to tell y'all he don't need to see y'all on the way out the door, because he had to call his own war off with you motherfuckers for that dirt y'all did to that man. Like, wasn't nobody going to find out with some juice to make you motherfuckers pay. The guilty parties ain't on hand, but the war goes on until the man's satisfied. But once I get him out of there, maybe he'll call an end to the war. You motherfuckers not gonna keep that man welded in the goddamn cell. I walked to level 1 behind Marquette Prison where they got him at, and I can hear his heartbeat. And then I see this fucking movie Planet of the Apes and they make fun of him. Yeah, I'm going to get the fucking gorilla out the cage, nigga. When a man loses mama, you don't antagonize a motherfucker behind that shit. You don't antagonize a motherfucker when they lose their mama. They have to readjust to the existence of life without the only thing that they came here through. I'm not finna get into none of that right now, Iman Bey. I'm just talking to the brothers upstate. And I didn't even want to get into what I did, but I just came up a flash message to tell those little tidbits. I'm just letting the guys upstate know, get the message to Killer Miller that I'm coming to get him. The king of the motherfucking apes is coming to get him. King motherfucking Kong. And if you, I'm going to tell them COs when they pop that gate to get the fuck out the way, because I'm not going to call his beef off for him. That's his job. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But you're not going to keep that man in there for what y'all did to him. I know that. It's my motherfucking homeboy. That's my motherfucking Chief Saginaw, motherfuckers. Holding these motherfucking chiefs hostage like we not going to look out for each other. We don't always sit and have conversations, but we all feel each other's pain because we all love these people the same. Not going to keep doing it. So my little brother sent me the message that you motherfuckers didn't want him to reign, so y'all interfere with his process. I say it's his juice right now, and y'all took that from him. He was dead right. Yeah, Pac, you had a right to fight for what the fuck was yours, and you had the right to wake me the fuck up to help you get it, if that's what it takes. None of them fucked up. So, all you brothers upstate, actual African, Afrocentric teachings in there. What's going to happen if these motherfuckers don't cooperate when a Legba and an Ogun is on the planet in the same goddamn place at the same goddamn time? Ask those African elders in there, what does that mean for the enemy? They cannot fucking win. It's not possible. There has not been an Elegba and an Ogun at the same time since the fucking beginning. They fucked up. It was Tut's reign, and y'all stole that from him. He gon' get his turn, motherfuckers. You don't kill the boy king and think you gonna get away with that shit. We always got a contingency to make shit tighter and tighter around your fucking neck. So, they planned to do a hostile takeover of planet Earth, and they had to give us 3 knocks. They did. They chose who they would declare as the enemy in the first knock, which was preceded by what you call fundamental fodder, leaving the mirrors up because they got to follow the rules of the universe